what's up, metal and heavy music fans? It's Flight of Icarus again with MetalTrenches.com, and today we're talking about Accept and their new album Too Mean to Die via Nuclear Blast Records. And hey, if you like to be kept up to date with the best and brightest metal bands and albums from the underground and above, then stick with me by hitting that subscribe button down below. Too Mean to Die is the 16th album from this German speed and heavy metal band, originally formed all the way back in 1976. To be perfectly honest, Accept is another one of those bands that I've kind of ignored over the years, as when it comes to the rare times I'm actually in the mood for this style, I generally turn to Judas Priest or Iron Maiden. Even as a bit of an AC/DC fan, I've also just never fully understood the appeal of this vocal approach beyond endlessly funny imitations from comedian Jim Brewer.
Row, row, you boat, gently down the stream.
That said, new year, new me, and it's high time for me to see what these guys are all about and whether they've still got any steam after going on 35 years and seemingly endless lineup changes. Starting off, I was pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed both Zombie Apocalypse and the title track. These two kick the album off with some really fun and memorable guitar hooks, with that high-speed thrash metal energy that awakens my inner wild stallion. Sing-along lyrics and infectiously toe-tapping beats, just an all-around entertaining time. Is it campy as hell? Sure, but so are some of my favorite horror movies and comedies. Not everything all has to be high society. Unfortunately, I can't say the same of slower tracks like Overnight Sensation, No One's Master, The Undertaker, and especially cheesy power ballad The Best Is Yet to Come. Returning to the B-movie comparisons, taking down the breakneck pace turns the so bad it's good vibes into just plain boring for me. B-movies are all about nonsensical, non-stop insanity. The Undertaker knows no shame. Take that out and you're just left with the bad dialogue, and The Room this is not.
You are lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
But flipping back to the good, Too Mean to Die hasn't run out of bangers just yet, with more electrifying riffs on tracks like Symphony of Pain, How Do We Sleep, and Not My Problem. The former of which also has some really killer classical music-inspired harmonized solos and vocal high notes worthy of a few Invisible Oranges. Final track Samson and Delilah is also a nice way to close out the album, with its fully instrumental focus on the guitar doing the talking, proving just how capable this band is at building a powerful atmosphere all on their own. And again, given that the vocals are still my least favorite aspect of the music, this may actually be one of my favorites. But yeah, that's kind of the extent of what I have to say about this record. Some fun moments, but even then it's pretty run-of-the-mill stuff for the genre that you've heard a million times before. Of course, take my opinion with a big grain of salt, as I'm coming from this from the perspective of a relative outsider and what others in the same camp will likely think of it. Those hardcore Accept fans out there will likely have thoughts to share that are simply beyond my own personal experience and expertise. Turning to my scales, I give Too Mean to Die a 7 for enjoyability. Once more, I was pleasantly surprised with how fun some of the best moments were, but as a full album, it's kind of a 50-50 on that front. I give it an 8 for musicianship, mostly been there, done that instrumentation and songwriting, but I will say that the guitars get a serious spotlight on certain moments that still warrant an above average grade. And I give it a 7 for innovation. There's not a moment of this record that hasn't already been done to death, but to be fair, Accept seemed to come from the philosophy of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like I said, not every album needs to be the next big thing. So a 7.3 and a more than fair average C score for Accept and Too Mean to Die. Get it once more via Nuclear Blast Records. Y'all, thanks as always for watching, and let me know down in the comments what did you think of this album and what is your favorite Accept album. And hey, stick around because I got plenty more videos coming right after this one. Full album reviews, interviews with bands on the podcast, tier list, you name it, we've got it. So plenty of reasons to subscribe if you have not already. Also chat with us on Discord and support on Patreon. But that'll do it for now. Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.